Okay, sorry about that, guys. It's my assistant working on my other laptop. Where was I? So if the guy's asking you out on a date and then is upset that he has to pay, like such a fucking martyr, you know what I'm saying? Like such a victim. It's like you asked me out. You invited me to go. You get what I'm saying? So why are you acting like such a victim? Grow up. But anyways, I digress. Look, just because you paid, which you should be paying anyways. Be a man, pay anyways. All right? Doesn't mean that just because you bought a $25 plate at a barbecue plate at the restaurant, that you're now owed some coochie or something. You get what I mean? And then if you think that it's that way, that's the reason you're not getting invited in. Ta-da! Just like that, folks. Why is that a mystery to anyone? Do you get what I'm saying? Why are y'all confused? Anyways, opening up the floor. How's it going, folks? How's your dating life? Let me get my purple drink over here. Hang on. How's it going, folks? Hello, guys. Need lessons. That's all right. Do you have a podcast? No? This is my podcast. I'm not super interested in talking to other people, you know. I'm kind of lost you for a second. I'm not super interested in talking to other people and listening to their not so well thought out opinions about stuff. You know what I mean? I'd rather just get on my soapbox myself and just say my own personal thoughts and opinions for entertainment purposes. And not have to sit there and be polite. Like, oh, wow, it's a really good idea. I never thought about that before. I'd rather die. No thanks. Hello, folks. Okay, let's see. Russell, how do you know if a man thinks you are the one? He'll make it clear from the start. Here's how you know that you're not the one. Y'all been dating the same man for 6 years with no ring? You ain't the one, sis. He's waiting. He's gonna be perfectly willing to string you along for 6 years. And then y'all never get married. You get what I'm saying? If it's not abundantly clear to you up front, you ain't the one. You're a placeholder for now. And y'all don't think men will do that? Y'all don't think that a man would date a woman as a temporary outlet, and that's the best, most family-friendly way I can say it. You don't think a man will date a woman as an outlet for 10 years? And then now what? You're just 10 years older now? Great. Terrific. Y'all don't think that a man will date a woman and keep her there as an outlet and convince her to co-sign on his Camaro? Y'all don't think a man will do that? That means you ain't the one. You see what I'm saying? If he's not on one knee in a matter of months, you might be an outlet. You get what I mean? Something to consider, folks. Let's see here. Hello, guys. So how do you get a man to come crawling back? Block him. Y'all want to know how? Block his main account. All right. And then just post a picture of you at the restaurant and in the corner of some man's hairy arm on your story, and that man will be lighting you up like Christmas. That's how. That's how you get him. You find you a man with a hairy ass arm. Hairy as a wildebeest. You need to go on dates with Bigfoot. All right? And just that elbow is enough. You post a picture with caviar and with Bigfoot at the table. That man will light your phone up like the 4th of July. All right? The hairier, the better. Just in case. Some of y'all going out on dates with boys that don't have any arm hair, you don't know if it's a boy or a girl. So, get you a Sasquatch. Take a picture of that man's elbow while you're out at the restaurant. And that's how you get them, folks. That's how you get them crawling back. All right? That's how you do it, folks. To a hairy man's elbow. That's all you need. You gotta attract that hairy man first, so you're gonna need yourself a little lip gloss, some dry shampoo or whatever. But then after that, after you lured him in, use that man's elbow and get your ex back. Or at least make him jealous. That's how you do it, folks. I live on lip gloss and dry shampoo. There you go. You're halfway there then. Now just get you a Sasquatch. Uh-oh. My ring lights go out? Oh, technical difficulties today. My God. I'm having a series of... There we go. It's not so backlit. Anyways, y'all get what I'm saying. Hello, folks. Let's see here. What do you think about man blocking and then unblocking? You should just block him back. Block him back. You'll win that game, I promise. Answer other people back too. What? Let's see here. He's breadcrumbing but won't initiate. I don't call or reach out to him. If he's not trying to meet up with you or whatever, and it's just like a passive thing, you're not the one. That's it. You're not the one, you're not the two, you're not the three. That's it. Straight up, that's what men will just balance a couple of different girls or whatever. And if he's not lighting you up like the 4th of July, then you ain't the one, sis. All right? So you should just call your other boyfriend and tell him about it. Tell your other boyfriend about it, that the guy he's just breadcrumbing you. You know what I mean? Keep your options open, ladies. You're single till you're married. That's what the government says. You put single on your tax documents. You get what I'm saying? So, if he's breadcrumbing you, then just get in the car and drive on over to your other boyfriend's house and tell him about it. Can you believe he'd do that to me? Just like that. All right? You're single, folks. How was your day? Great. Doing great, folks. What do you think about dating older? I recommend it. Date older. Date an older guy. You want somebody that's going to teach you something. You know what I mean? You really want to be mothering a man? That's what you get even if you date men the same age as you. You'll just end up being his mom. If you date a guy the same age as you, you're going to be calling the dentist's office and making his appointments for him and driving him there. Say I'm lying. Date somebody the same age, and I promise you, ma'am, you're going to be getting on him about his teeth situation, and you're going to be making the appointment, and you're going to be bringing him to and from the dentist's office. That's what happens when you date your same age, folks. Is that what you want? Because that's what you're going to get. You're going to have to get on to him about making his dentist appointments. Is that what you want? Opinion on short ghosting. I have no idea what that is. Okay, hang on. Advice for a girl waiting for her very driven and loyal boyfriend to make more money. Kaya says. Look, I'm not saying, look, if he's driven and loyal, that's cool. Look, here's the thing. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying leave your man or leave your husband necessarily. If he's a driven guy, he's loyal to you. I'm not saying that's a bad situation. I'm just saying if you're single and dating, just wait at the finish line and date the winners. Let the struggle sort itself out first. It makes a man out of him anyways. Trust me, when your future man or whatever has gone through it, gone through the struggles, gone through the bottom and figured a way out of it and all those things, that builds a character that you can respect, ladies. Straight up. Straight up. You know, I used to teach men this stuff. I used to tell men exactly how to get a girlfriend. And you know what it all centered around? Straight up. I'll give you the answer. I don't give a shit anymore. I just don't care. I used to tell men straight up how to get girlfriends. And then, you know what it centered around? Making fucking money. You can't be ugly and broke. Pick a struggle. And I would say that to men, dead ass. I'm still saying it to men. I'm at a penthouse, at the highest penthouse in Hollywood, screaming it from the top of my lungs, and I hope they listen. It's just get money. The end. Pick a struggle. If you're going to be short, get money. Stand on your wallet. Become tall. If you're going to be ugly, get money. Fix your hairline. Get some fucking skincare, get money. And if you're ugly and you can't fix all that stuff, then you especially need to get money. And I would say that to men. Straight up, you want a girlfriend? Get money. Because it's not about paying girls, though there's nothing wrong with paying girls. It's not about paying girls per se. It's about the characteristics of what it takes to be a man who can get fucking money. It's respected. You get what I'm saying? If you can get out into the world, be valuable enough to get money from people, then that's an admirable thing, and women will respect you more. But if you're short and broke and ugly, how the fuck do you expect to get a woman? And also, why are you trying to get women if you're broke? Your cart's before the horse. It's all out of order. It's all mixed up. Don't you see? Don't you get it? And I would tell men that straight up. Focus on your business. Focus on your career. Make some money first. Have something to show for it. All right? And you know what they all wanted to know? You know what all men wanted to know? They didn't give a fuck about making money. All they cared about is what magic set of lines, what words can I say in the right order to trick a woman to sleep with me? That was literally 95% of them. So I just stopped caring. That was like 6 years ago. And I just don't give a shit anymore. Now it's like, take my advice if you want. It's all entertainment anyways. It's a joke anyways. Unless it isn't. Whatever. Grow up. But also, men, get money. Have something to show for it. And then date. And is that so hard? Is that too much to ask? You get what I'm saying? Is it so much to ask to get your financial house in order before you trick some woman into your shitty financial situation? What the fuck? And it's like, and then people are sharing this content around as if what I'm saying is some profound shit. And I'm like, this is common sense. Maybe it's because I was raised in the South. I don't know. But isn't this just common sense? You get what I'm saying? And what, men hate me now? Some ugly women hate me too. But you never see pretty people talking shit. You know what I mean? But whatever. Just get money. You'll be more attractive if you get money as a man. You know what happens? I see this a lot. It's just that, it's simply put, it's men will trick a woman to living with them, and then turns out they need that woman to survive. How come, let me paint a picture for you. How come a man will be living in his house on his own, drives a decent car, let's say a Honda Accord, I don't know, A to beater, you get what I'm saying? Lives in a mid-level, mid-grade apartment, who gives a shit? Works his job, whatever. And then he goes out to a bar, the gastro pub, I don't know, gets a flight of beers, and then meets some woman, some homely woman, and then they hit it off. Great. And then now she moves in with him 6 months later. Okay? She's now living in his apartment, all right? That he either owns or is renting, whatever. And then suddenly, in 8 months' time, he's driving a new car, a Camaro Super Sport, something like that. What changed? His job didn't change. His commute didn't change. Nothing in his life changed, except, some woman set up shop in there. And now some woman is paying half of his rent. And now he's now driving a Camaro Super Sport, okay? And he's walking around with some ego, all big-chested, as if she didn't move out today, he couldn't afford the Camaro anymore. What the fuck? What's with the ego? You get what I'm saying? If they're like one stupid fight about which way the toilet paper should go on the fucking rack, and then he might get his Camaro repossessed. You see what I'm saying? He's an over and she's an under, and they're both wrong because y'all should be using a bidet. And then now he gets his Camaro repossessed. Terrific. Good job. Get your money up. Get your money up. Because here's the thing. Y'all arguing over about which side the toilet paper should go on, and I'm here to tell all of you that it's just not clean enough, and you need to get a bidet, lest you be taking bird baths in that sink. And if you're dating a man that can't afford a bidet, why are you with that man? Then now you have to take bird baths in his sink. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't clean it enough. And y'all should not be arguing over about which way the toilet paper should go. All right? And it shouldn't mean that if y'all's argument causes a schism to happen, and now he's got to what? Trade in his Camaro for something more affordable? Ha! So what's the lesson here? Get your money up. Then date. How about that? All right? That's right, folks. Moral of the story, if he can't afford a bidet, don't fall for it. All right? Oh, man. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. What if... All right, so just like with all my content, guys, I just answer the questions off the top of my head on the live. So you're here, you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, it's the same shit I've been doing for fucking years now. Years and years. Sorry, there's always an emergency around this time of day. Okay, how do you feel about long distance relationships? Look, I don't have a problem with long distance relationships, and there's not necessarily a problem with long distance relationships if you're comfortable with knowing that he's got some side hoe out there, out in Wichita, Kansas, or wherever he's from. I don't know. I don't know where your man is. Just say it. He's got some hoe out there that you don't know about. You hear those sirens? That's an emergency. You get what I mean? So, long distance relationships are fine, but just know that he's got somebody out there. But don't act like there's not somebody in your hometown too, you know what I'm saying? That he don't know about. So, don't be a hypocrite. Do you need a girlfriend? I might. Let's see here. Hello, guys. Can you talk about the what? The Liz? What is that? Let's see here. Sorry. Is your dad single? No, he's not. He's remarried. Took a while to go on a date. Okay, hang on. Took a while to go on a date. They're not interested in you. Could you change that? Why would you want to? If y'all go on a date, on a first date, and then they're not interested in you, what are you going to do? You know? You could try casting a spell on them, but those usually backfire, I'm pretty sure. So it's not worth it, folks. They don't like you off rip. You want them kind of obsessed with you. If the guy you're dating, it's better to date an uglier man who's obsessed with you, trust me, than it is to date a guy that's like, doesn't like you. You feel me? You know what I mean? You need to be a rung or two ahead of him, or else that guy will straight up treat you badly. They need to be, you need to be something that's sort of out of reach for them. And that has a lot to do, ooh, that has a lot to do, I kicked my damn ring light over, sorry. That has a lot to do with like how you carry yourself, you know? Hang on, keep messing this damn light up. The answer is, you want him to be kind of obsessed with you if you want to be happy. Otherwise, you're going to be wondering what he's doing, who he's with all the time. You really want that? You know what I mean? If he's not obsessed with you after the first date, then don't try to trick him or convince him because, you know, it's going to make your life worse. Let's see here. Let me get some of my great drink over here. Landon proved that wrong. Yeah, I don't really know what that means though. Like, to be honest, I don't really keep up with other people on social media. I don't really care that much. I heard about, only reason why I didn't even know who Landon even is at all is because the whole Wizard Liz thing blew up and everybody's tagging me, whatever. I don't even know her that much. I think she's pretty. I like the Wizard Liz. I agree with some of the stuff she says. Her channel's not really meant for me as a guy, but I like her page. She seems fine. The only reason why I know about him is because of this whole situation, which, man, he definitely cooked himself this time. I don't know about his past or whatever, but he messed with the wrong one, I'll tell you that. That guy's going to have to go into hiding for like 5 years. You know, go date some woman that forages for mushrooms because that's what you're going to be able to get. Somebody's been living under a rock. Okay. Hello, everyone. What's up, Michelle? Mitchell. What's up, Mitchell? The one guy I have on my channel. Oh, one of you. Welcome, gentleman. Hello from Texas. Hello, folks. Let's see here. Let's see. Do you still think? I feel like. Hang on. Hi from Miami. Hello from Miami. Hello from Texas. You want to take me to? Not necessarily. How's your dating life going, folks? I'm back. Hello. Welcome back. Let's see here. We don't go on dates anymore. We don't go on dates anymore because we were saving up money. Do you think that's excessive? It's Allie. Here's the thing, Allie. I don't know about you in your personal life, okay? Who knows? Whatever y'all doing right for yourself financially is not my business, all right? But I will say this. That's how it starts, you know. Y'all stop going on dates is how it starts. That's how it's because some of y'all are dating guys that are like, they seem practical in their cheapness. And then the next thing you know, you haven't gone on a date in a year, 2 years. You don't remember the last time you left the house in your most prettiest dress. You get what I'm saying? And it's all under the guise of, oh, you should really save up. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that per se. Sometimes y'all need to save for a house or a big purchase or whatever. I get that. That's a thing that makes sense. Y'all a team or whatever. But a lot of the time, it's that sort of cheapness is masked by, it's like a veneer of financial responsibility, but it's really covering up just a cheapness thing. You see what I'm saying? And that's deep. That's deep in your family. If you're cheap, if you date a guy that's cheap, it don't matter how much money that man makes. You won't squeeze 1 red cent out of him. You are gonna be making a lot of sacrifices, you and your kids. Is that what you want? Because that is what you're gonna get. So if you start, we can't go on dates, honey. That's just the beginning. Next thing you know, you're never going on dates. You don't remember the last time you went on a date. You're just coming over. Is that what you want? So the point is, don't leave your house. Don't leave your house for anything that isn't an adventure. Now, I'm not saying it all the time, but if they're not inviting you to do anything that allows you to let your hair down and put on your most prettiest dress, then that's not going to get better. It gets worse. When y'all get married, it gets worse. Y'all aren't going on dates then. And then 5 years into your marriage, it gets worse. You're not going on dates then. That's just where it goes. That's what's going to happen. Don't you see? Don't you get it? "10 years and never left the house." Exactly. That's exactly right. When men say they date seriously, but hang on. When men say they want to date seriously, but get to know each other more, what does that mean? When men say they want to date seriously, but get to know each other, I don't know. Rose, you got to restate that one. Let's see here. How bad is it if a man says he'd resent his wife if he feels like he's paying for everything? That means that you're going to be working. If a man's like, I would just resent my wife if I had to pay for everything, that means you, ma'am, that's foreshadowing, and you, ma'am, are going to be working to pay more than half. That's another one. If they say 50-50 today, when they lose their job, business takes a downturn, whatever, guess who's going to be shouldering that responsibility? Is it going to be them? Or are you going to be picking up extra shifts? Mark my words, sis, it'll be you. And then also, if he starts paying if he's leading with that, oh, well, if I have to pay for everything, I'm going to resent my woman. Then he's going to also, if you ever have an economic situation happen to you, and it's always going to happen to you at some point, mark my words, the storms are coming. Financial storms are coming. It's only a matter of time. All right? And then he's telling you that up front. That simply means that whenever it's his turn to shoulder some of that responsibility, that extra financial responsibility, he's going to lord that over your head. He's going to lord that over your head, let me tell you. I pay all these bills around here. I promise you it will be like that. Generous is sort of in your bones. There's no such thing as a man who's stingy or feels that they're going to feel like they have to, that they would feel bad about being responsible for other people's financial situations. Here's what happens. If you date a guy who's stingy today, do you think that when y'all get married, his generosity is going to unlock? Nope. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, folks. He's not going to be some stingy man, and then y'all get married, and then he's going to go into his little cocoon and then come out a generous butterfly. I promise you. It gets worse and worse and worse, and then next thing you know, it's just everything in your life is going to be bought by a coupon somewhere, and it's just going to be frugality for the rest of your days. All right? You're going to be using the men's soap because that's the one he likes. So y'all both going to be sharing that same bathroom, and you're going to be using his men's body wash. That's how it goes. There's no sense in buying two of them. We can buy this 3-pack. All in one. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, all in one. That's what you're going to be like. That's what your life's going to be like. Your kids are going to use it too. And you're just going to breed frugal kids too. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter how much money he makes. That shit's in your blood and bones. It's in your family. You see what I mean? How do you get over an ex-boyfriend? Listen, who said that? Who asked me that? Cat the Juggernaut. That's funny. Listen, Cat. The only way to get over one man is by getting under another one. Y'all remember trigonometry? Over and under, like that. Sine, cosine. It's like cosmic balance or something. Over one by under another. All right? Better tweeze those eyebrows. Get a light beat or whatever. Get some heels on the pavement. All right? You're not Rapunzel. You can't just sit in your house and Prince Charming just poof and land in your lap or whatever. I don't know. You know how the story goes. Get out there, sis. All right? Feet on the pavement. Get a date. Over one by under another. All right? That's how you do it, folks. What's this? This man, the man that I dated, pretended to be wealthy. How are you going to let him trick you like that? You know what I mean? How did he get away with it for so long? If he's asking you for Venmo for dinner, shouldn't that have been a sign? You know what I mean? So how you want to split this, babe? How come you didn't see the signs? Like white hot signs all around. If that man's asking you to slide your credit card under the table at dinner, that should be a sign that he's not as financially well off as he portrayed himself to be. And who are you fooling anyways? You know what I'm saying? The waiter or whatever is a real person. Do you think that when they're going to accept that credit card from you, and it says Sarah on it, she's going to look at that card, and we all know, everybody involved knows that your name is not Sarah. You know what I'm saying? Just because you handed it over doesn't mean you're fooling anyone. They're going to take that card and walk over to the kiosk and swipe it. It's going to say Sarah whoever on the machine. And then why even play this game? You know what I'm saying? The waiters and waitresses don't know, especially the waitresses, the women. They're gonna get this card from this man that obviously looks like a John, and then she's gonna open it. It's gonna say Sarah Mitchell. Who are you fooling here? Yourself? You're just here. You're just doing this whole. You're involving your date the waitress and yourself to fool yourself into thinking that you paid for it. They know. Who are you fooling? They should hand the card back to its rightful owner when they return it to the table. Should call the police and report fraud. Some man just handed me a card with the name Sarah on it. Can you come right away? I think there might be an instance of fraud here. He should get a fine or something. And does it work? You get what I'm saying? Y'all driving home from the restaurant after having her slid the card under the table so that you can pretend to yourself that you paid for it. What is that going to do for you? The only thing I can imagine is just being drier than the Sahara. Who are you tricking? Hey, babe, can you slide it under so I can pay? Niagara Falls? I don't think so. Ha! Yeah, right. Who are you trying to fool? You see what I'm saying? The only person you're fooling by having your date slide your card under the table so that he can pretend to himself that he paid. The only person he's fooling is himself. He's certainly not fooling you. He's certainly not fooling the waitress. So, what are you supposed to do? Jump his bones on the way home after that? Yeah, right. You're going to have to stop by the CVS and get some help. You get what I'm saying? Because that's ridiculous. And if he's asking for you to pay for dinner, those should be a red hot, white hot, glaring sign that he's not as well off as he says he is. All right? So, can look for conspicuous consumption. All right? That's how you know, folks. Oh, man. Hello, folks. Let's see here. My man stood me up. Sorry, hang on. My man stood me up, and I'm stuck at work. Probably fell asleep. What do I do? He don't have a job. Sounds like sounds like you don't have a man. You got a man that let you okay, hang on. Let me just recap. Holy shit. Hang on, backing up here. Your man who doesn't have a job is also your ride in your car to and from work, and then you're still at the office now because he hasn't picked you up yet? What do you mean? So he doesn't have a job, so obviously you're paying for rent. And he's driving your car to pick you up to and from work, and he's left you at work to fend for yourself? Like picking up his child at school, he left his kid at school or whatever? What's happening? Does he have some sort of magic eggplant I don't know about? Are you hypnotized? Are you dickmatized? Wake up. That wake you up? Wake up. What do you mean? What you explained to me was a disaster. And how did it get so bad? You might be eligible for compensation. There's got to be a lawyer in your area that can help with this. What? That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that, folks. You sound like a victim. The least he could do, if he's sleeping in your bed, sitting on your couch and driving your car, the least he could do is pick you up from work. The place that's paying y'all's bills. Oh, God. Jeez Louise. You need a new man. Sorry. Let's see here. Oh, I've been knocking this thing over all night. Sorry about that. It's just swinging. There we go. Okay. Hello, folks. How's it going? Am I a little off center for you guys? Let me see if maybe I knocked this over to it by accident. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Hello, folks. My man pays, but he would love it when I offer to pay. What do I do? Ginger says, you don't have to offer. If he's paying, don't even offer. You know, at this point, here's the thing, for me at least, and maybe this is a Southern thing, I don't know. But the way I was raised straight up is that having a woman in your life at all was expensive. It was just, if you can't afford the date, don't ask her to go. You see? And even back then, I was 15 years old going on dates. And I'd ask a girl to go to the movies. My mom would drop us off, whatever. And I still knew I got to save allowance. I had allowance back then. I don't remember. It was like $20 a week or something like that, you know, as a kid. And I would save that shit. I'd be like, okay, movie tickets are going to be this much. Fucking concessions, like Raisinets and candy is going to be this much. Popcorn. I did the math. I looked at the menu. I'd call ahead. Back then, you had to get on the phone and call them theaters. We had to find out what movies they had and everything. You can call them. You either hear the recording of what was playing at the movies, or you'd speak to somebody and they would tell you. And I asked them how much stuff would cost, and I would math that shit out before I asked a woman on a date. And that was me as a child. And that just seems to be the way it ought to be. Don't you think that's the way it ought to be? So, at least that's how I was raised. So for me, just having a woman around was just a price. You see? Because here's the thing. I wanted them anyways. I wanted them when I didn't have enough money, and then I wanted them when I had enough money. So I knew I had to get enough money so that I have a compelling fucking offer because I wanted them no matter what. You see? So, saved up the allowance, then asked her on a date. Aaron Stewart. Whatever. She's married now. It's the one who got away. She got a couple of kids, something like that. I don't know. What are you going to do? Do I need to be skinny to get a good man? Listen, there's some men that like curves, you know. But I'll tell you one thing, it's pretty much universal truth across the board. You need to do the best you can, look the best you can, all right? Put your best foot forward, as it were. Tweeze those little eyebrows between your eyebrows. Some of y'all got one brow. Y'all need to tweeze your eyebrows. Wax that shit. Some of y'all got a mustache. You better look in this adjacent mirror. Some of y'all don't even know, but y'all got little baby hair mustaches. All right? You might think you're good straight on, but you're not on an adjacent mirror. So maybe get that taken care of. All right? Put your best foot forward. Men are visual as fuck. So, an adjacent mirror, by the way, is not your friend. It'll tell on you. It won't lie to you either. Your front mirror it acts like your friend and will lie to you. Your adjacent mirror is not your friend, and they'll tell you straight up the problem. All right? You better invest yourself in one. Sometimes you need somebody to check you. All right? You don't need a friend right now. You need somebody. You need some honesty. All right? Get you an adjacent mirror and some tweezers and a light beat and some flattering attire. All right? A gym membership if you need it. All y'all need it. Everybody needs it, but you know what I'm talking about. And then be nice. That's another thing. People think being like a bitch is like a funny or quirky or cool. It's not. Be pretty to the men that you want, and then be nice to them. And that will take you really far, straight up. It's nice having a woman that you're attracted to that is also pleasant to you. You get what I'm saying? Hello from Mississippi. M-I, crooked letter I. Humpback, I. And I'm from the South too. Them's my people. Not Mississippi. I'm from South Carolina. Hello, folks. How do you make money? I'm a TikTok shop partner. I'm corporate to corporate. I work with TikTok directly. What's happening now is the TikTok shop is making a ton of people money. Like literally like stay-at-home moms selling mop heads making 700 grand a month money. It's like an insane gold rush right now. So it's just a next opportunity I've been working on. It's my new project this year, and telling you, I got women on there selling candy, making a $20,000 a month. They got a woman on there selling, like I said, mops, making $780,000 a month, something like that. It's an insane thing. The TikTok shop is crazy right now. So that's what that's what I do. It's been great. People are killing the game. I'm going to the TikTok headquarters on Friday. I'll take a picture. Put me on. I am actually. Some people are interested in the TikTok stuff. I'm doing a free like webinar training because TikTok. I'm corporate to corporate business. So like TikTok pays me to help educate people on going live, platform, all that stuff. It's like a big operation, but it's dope. It's really worth it. People are making a lot of money on the TikTok shop right now. It's men and women, of course, but a lot of, especially women are very interested in it because it's something you can do like from your phone at home. So it's tight. I'm doing actually a free training on this Thursday. There's a link in my bio everywhere. So just if you want to come, I'm doing it on Thursday at 6 after my live stream. Okay, yeah, it's cash right now. People are making a lot of money on the TikTok shop. Like it'll blow your fucking mind how much money. I'm doing a training on how to do it on Thursday at 6 p.m. my time, Pacific time, for free. Come if you want. Just sign up. The link's in my bio. You'll get an email. Hello, folks. Oh, that's my time. Listen, everybody, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. I'll be back on Thursday at 5 p.m. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. We'll see you then. Bye-bye. If I can close the app here. Here we go. Bye, guys. Bye, you two.